Hello there, YouTubers. Here we have a last look at the Kenwood KR-6060. I got this receiver several years ago off of eBay. It was in pretty good condition cosmetically, but technically it did have some problems. The phono preamplifier wasn't working and the power outlets on the back were smashed in, so it was not electrically safe to use this anymore. Well, I had the intention to fix this all up and then resell it with a bit of a profit. I guess by now you all know how things usually go around here. I did start, and I do have a couple of videos up about repairing this. However, I never actually managed to finish this all up. So it has not been cleaned and the stereo indicator light is not working. Anyway, I'm now in a situation where I really have to have all this stuff that is just standing around out of here. So I put it up on eBay. I said, well, stereo indicator light's not working, and I did sell it. I can't remember what I originally paid for it, but I think I actually did make a tiny little bit of profit, maybe 1 or 2 euros, so that's definitely a lot. Anyway, so I thought before I sent this out, we'd just take a bit of a closer look in high definition and see what this unit was all about. Now, this is actually quite an unfortunate design, an unfortunate way of doing it, because Kenwood does have a lot of materials in here that really stand for quality. I mean, we have this nice brushed aluminum massive faceplate. We have nice aluminum buttons. These side parts are massive aluminum, and the labeling is engraved into the material and then nicely filled with the color and all that. It's quite nice, but then they basically destroy this nice appearance again. You have this bezel here, this thing, and that's all plastic. This silvery stuff is actually going to wear off eventually. That is all plastic. Behind it here, as you can see, it's not this this kind of an appearance where when the unit is off you just can't see anything of what's going on in the dial. No, you can see all the all the labeling, you can see the meters, and it all looks quite cheap, quite plasticky. And then, of course, as we go further towards the back, it gets even more terrible. These side panels and this right here, this may look like a super huge massive heatsink. Well, this is all fake. This is all plastic. The side parts are plastic. So it's really a mixed bag. It does have many nice things about it. However, it then also has a lot of just crap all over it. Let's take a closer look at the features and functions. As we zoom in, you can see how it all looks. As I said, I haven't cleaned it ever since I got it, so it may look a bit filthy in some places. You can see we have filters, low and high, and this does in fact have a lot of functionalities. We have a loudness right there. We have FM 25 microseconds, which changes the sound of the FM a little bit. We have this right there, acoustic, where you can boost certain frequency bands, one for the bass and one for the treble. So it does have a lot of filters. However, they're not the best, especially these. You can always tell whether or not a preamplifier is a good design or not by the filters. With good low and high filters, you don't even really notice if you have them on or off. Well, with this one, if you turn them both on at the same time, the thing starts sounding like a telephone. So, not a very good design. We have a power switch, speakers. This has 3 speaker outputs, A, B, and C. However, you can't have 3 on at the same time. As you can see, you get a selection A, B, A plus B, and C. So there is a headphone jack, bass, treble, the acoustic filters, balance, and the volume. And you can already see, this is another thing I really don't like. Kenwood for some reason decided to have the labeling on this dark silver aluminum in white. So it's really hard to read. We do have a tape dubbing and monitor switch, rotary switch, which is kind of unusual. As you can see, we do get the usual source and an A play and B play, and then we also have positions for a tape dubbing over there. We have a selector for phono 1, 2. We do have one auxiliary input and then AM, FM, usual stuff. Over here we have something that is called sound inject, which is, well, really sounds like quite something, but all it is the mic mixing. You can mix the signal coming from the microphone input into the normal signal. There is a tuning knob, and we do have, of course, FM 25 microseconds, FM muting, mono switch, and the filters over there. As we turn on the receiver, you can see the dial. As I already said, it has kind of a cheap appearance to it. I don't really like how this looks. It does work, it does do the job, obviously. There is that. The blue is really just kind of a light blue. Up there we do have a row of indicator lights, as you can see. It says FM right now. Stereo light over there does not work. And then we have positions for all the other inputs. And a look at the back. Once again, fake plastic heatsink, plastic back panel, which does have all the inputs. Phono 1, Phono 2 auxiliary, the two tape loops. You can hook up an equalizer. Adapter it's called here. It's a pre-output main input. Has an FM detector output. Detector? I don't know what that is, but there we have the speaker outputs, 3 pairs, as I already said. Antenna inputs down there, and next to that, of course, is where we covered up the broken AC outlets. Thank you for watching, and see you again soon.